Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am your girl, Lady Nika, and with another edition of Fuck Shit Friday, where we talk shit and swallow spit. That's what we do over here. Um, Thank you to all of y'all that's been hitting me up. This week been kind of hard. Child, I've been going through it with this illness. Uh, when flu turns to pneumonia, and then you trying to get over all of this shit after get child, it seems like it all double back on me and everything after the hospital. 4 days of hospital stay, come home, and then you still feeling sick and shit. So it is what it is, okay? When it comes to that, it is what it is. I'm all right. Um, Special shout out and cyberhood to my love thing, Mocha Love. She the one gave me a recipe for this tea last night. So far, it has given me back my voice today. I had a little bit of the ingredients required for the tea, so I made it. And this morning, I was able to speak. So going forward, I'm gonna see if I can continue uh, medicating with using that tea this weekend and see if I could be back to my full self by next week. Reviews and stuff will start up again next week. I'm sorry, I just don't feel like trying to go back. I saw a lot of the stuff. I spoke on it briefly on some of on the last video, but I just don't feel like going back and trying to play catch up on that. So it'll all start off fresh next week, which is good because Love and Hip Hop Atlanta will be back. So we'll be talking shit about them. Look like I saw the trailer. Look interesting enough. I mean, for a Mona Scott Young production and for it just to be loving hip hop, it look like it's gonna be alright. You know, I'll talk shit about it when the time come. Right now, damn it. Anyway, last night I was down, in my bed at trailer park down here, and somebody sent me a notification. It was a link to another song. Now I'm thinking originally it's that Sheetha, right? And I responded back before I even clicked on. I was like, I've already heard Sheetha. I've already paid for Sheetha, and I already talked about Sheetha. She said, "No, Auntie girl, no, no, no." She said it's another one she done dropped. So I'm like, okay, well let me go on over here and push this play button. So I do. And when I did it, it brought me to this another diss track called Another One. Now, upon first hearing that, my initial thought was, okay, girl, this ain't as hard as Sheetha, but I didn't expect you to be able to come back as hard as you did on that 7 minute diss track to Nicki Minaj. Okay, I was all right with that. It was all good in the hood. I was like, okay. So I also went over to the IG and I started seeing, people posting their opinions about it. Again, like I said, it doesn't go as hard as Sheetha did. I didn't understand at that moment what she was trying to do by coming back with a diss track back to back like Drake did, especially when we have not heard anything from Nicki Minaj as of yet, other than media takeout, who I don't take. I take them with a grain of salt. But allegedly, they had some friend of Nicki Minaj just saying that Nicki does not plan on um, responding back to Remy Ma. In other words, she was pulling that I ain't giving her that time of day type of shit. I ain't bitch ain't coming up off of me type of shit, okay? So I was like, okay, cool. Well, at this moment I'm thinking, okay, Remy, maybe you did do too much and then this is not as hard as Sheetha, so what was the purpose of doing all of that? I didn't understand. So I was like in the mindset of a lot of people who probably still feel that way today, but I feel a little bit differently and I'll share that with you. But at the time, I'm thinking, girl, you doing too much. Okay, you done already ate this bitch alive for 7 minutes flat. And you ain't got to come back. And once you kill a bitch, you ain't got to keep killing her. Let that hoe die. Okay, that's what I was feeling about it. But then I thought about that thing, and I had to go back into my memory bank and think on how the rap game used to be back in the day. In the day before they wanted to make it, violent and folks wanted to fight each other and all of this stuff. I wanted to try to understand where was she in the mind when she did this. So she goes live last night, Remy Ma, and she explains the reason why I did this like this is because You making phone calls instead of coming back at me lyrically the way I came at you. You making phone calls trying to stop my bag. Now, for those of y'all who are not up to date on urban slangs and slangs of today, when someone is affecting your bag, that means they messing with your bottom line. Your bottom line is your coins, okay? So I kind of understood in a way why she did part two. In my opinion, now this is just my opinion. This is not written in stone. You can agree to disagree, as long as you do it respectfully, down in the pen, okay? But I think that she didn't intend for another one to be as hard. I think what she did was the first one was, bitch, look, I heard you. I see you slip capping at me. I know you not really here for me, but ho, this is how it goes when you come for a bitch that can really do this rap thing with her eyes closed. So that was what Sheetha was all about. Bitch, I know you talking shit about me in these songs. I was okay with that. The clap back number two is in my opinion, in response to the fact that Nicki done been getting on the phone, making phone calls behind that girl back. Like, instead of her getting her ghostwriters or whatnots together to come back at this woman lyrically, you behind the scenes making phone calls trying to stop the girl bread. Now, see, that's where I got a problem with it with Nicki if she doing that. And so far, we have been getting reports. We got it from the Breakfast Club and Funk Master Flex or whatever the fuck his name is. They say Nicki have been sending phone calls and text messages to people. So if she doing that, it's not hard for me to believe that she's probably making phone calls to different promoters and clubs and stuff like that, trying to stop this girl money. That's what I have a problem with. When two bitches get into it, bitch, I'm gonna come at you with all I got. You come at me with all you got. But what I'm not gonna do is try to stop you from making your living, which is your bread. Okay, that's what I have a problem with. Now, Nicki is posting pictures of her being in Paris at Fashion Week or whatnot on the set of this video she's shooting with Gucci Mane, Future, or whoever fuck that is she doing it with, and she acting like she unbothered. But behind the scenes, you are bothered because you're trying to stall out this woman's career. Now, if you the true queen of rap, queens don't stoop that damn low. A queen will do one or two things. Either she won't give you the time of day because she ain't got time for no, she don't step down out her chariot to throw tomatoes with no peasant. Or you'll come back and slap her real good with some lyrics and let her know, girl, I got here because I deserve to be here. Nicki not doing none of that. She behind the scenes being a petty bitch. And if it's one thing I can't stand, is a bitch to try to be undermine me when it comes to my finances and how I take care of my family. I don't blame her for coming back. This too is not as hard. But if that is what actually is the reason behind it, what I just said, then I can totally understand why she's doing it. Now at this point, you were on Wendy Williams today. I only caught a snippet of what was said, but in that you came there, you dressed like a funeral. You say your grandma told you when something dead, put it to rest. Okay, clearly this girl ain't got what it takes to come back at you because it done been almost a week since this one was released. She ain't said a damn thing. Yes, she may be behind the scenes trying to cause you trouble, but child, what's for you is for you. Can't nobody take your blessing. If God got it in your plan for your life, for you to rise up and be the next queen of rap for this era, then that will come to pass. If it's meant for you to sell records and get platinum, go platinum, go gold and all of that, can't nobody stop your flow but you. You know what the hell you got to do at this point. This bitch is scared of you, clearly, and she don't have what it takes to come back at you on the level you came at her with. So she's trying to go behind the scenes and do a lot of, undercover shit. Ain't necessary, but that's what she doing. And that's what people do when they know that they don't have the same talent as you. They go behind the scenes and try to cause conflict and dissension amongst, you and other people. They try to make people not like you. I had that happen to me. So and I ain't talking about just down here. I had that happen to me in my real everyday reality. People have gotten mad with me before and tried to throw salt on my name and make things difficult for me. But like I said, if you did what you did for the reasons that you said, then not one of the weapons that Nicki formed will prosper. You're gonna still make your money. And to me, you look like you living okay. You put your point out there, and I think that at this point it's time to leave it alone. And she said she was. She said I came here to explain why I did this and to let it be known that I'm done now. Okay. Let it be what it's gonna be. Either Nicki gonna subliminally shade you, which she probably will in videos and songs, or she gonna just let this shit die. At this point, I don't even give a damn because it could have been a nice situation if the parties involved was going to play according to the rules. However, many times when people is at war, there ain't no motherfucking rules of engagement. Okay, so it is what it is. Okay, at this point, Remy proved her point. Bitch, I will lyrically whoop your ass. Now we all from the old school know Remy will literally whoop her ass. But that's neither here nor there. We don't want that. If Nikki don't want to play the game, how the game go, then you done said all you need to say. You let her know in 7 minutes, bitch, I am not the motherfucking one to play with because I don't lose. And I was here for it. Moving along. I ain't nothing else to say about this shit. Like I told y'all in the last video, I don't have a dog in this fight. I like both of these ladies individually. Yes, I'm more partial to Remy Ma because I come from that generation. I ain't too much into the Nicki Minaj type of thing. Although, like I said, I have pop pussy in the club for a real nigga behind some Nicki Minaj shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't dislike either one of these women. I just wish that they could have done this here and it would have been really good for the world of hip hop and entertainment. I wish they could have done this without it getting like it is, but it like it ain't gonna be no how it used to be where bitch just get on the mic and whoop your ass with them lyrics. It ain't gonna happen. So we gonna let that be. Remy, in my opinion, won. Nikki, in my opinion, she took the L. But you still cute and you still commercial, so you gonna make your money regardless. Both of y'all are gonna be just fine. Let it go. It This just was a classic case of bitch who you said what bitch? That's all it is, a classic case of what bitch. And when she said what bitch, Nick wasn't ready. That moving on along. Next story. This orange juice. And it ain't cold as it was at first. Don't taste the same when it ain't cold. Anyway, Bo Biden. Bo Biden is the deceased son of former Vice President Joe Biden. Y'all know he died May of 2015 from brain cancer, which is the reason why a lot of people say that Joe Biden didn't put his bid in for president, the presidential election in 2015 because his son had passed. Well, his wife has found love under new management. And the person that's managing her love now is none other than Bo Biden's brother, Hunter. Now he too is married, but him and his wife Kathleen have been separated for quite some time. Child. Joe confirmed that the relationship between Hallie and Hunter, saying that we are lucky that Hunter and Hallie found each other as they were putting their lives together again after suffering such sadness. He said that he and Jill fully support this relationship. Now Hunter got children with Kathleen. Okay, that's the wifey. They got three daughters: Naomi, Finnegan, and Mason. Hallie, she got a daughter and a son by Bo. Natalie and a son named Hunter. So that means that if Hallie and Hunter decide to get married, little Hunter Jr. is he named after his uncle, and his uncle gonna be his stepdaddy. I like Joe Biden, so I'm not even gonna go there. But I will tell you this here: I don't know that I could feel that way about it. My son died from brain cancer. You, his wife, uh, my daughter-in-law. I'm the grandfather of these two children that you had, and now you done hooked up with my other son. That just goes to show you that trifling ass shit that y'all think is only synonymous in our neighborhoods and our culture is also deeply rooted within other cultures and other races. Get in the pen and tell me how you feel about that. I don't have nothing to say about that. Other than I don't think I could be okay with that, and that's gonna be kind of weird, especially since they got kids. But okay, now Tyrese on Valentine's Day became a married man. He is no longer on the market. Now, us African American women, do we really care? Apparently, he had been dating this lady by the name of Samantha Lee. She is Ecuadorian, Jamaican, and African American. He calls her his African, what is African queen or his black queen or whatever that is, child, whatever. I don't know that we care that Tyrese is off the market for us single women. I didn't see him as, I didn't know he was dating nobody, but I don't really too much have much to say about that. All I can say is, girl, Sam, good luck, because you going to need a girl. When he get to going deep on you and trying to be a preacher and a philosopher at the same time, good luck with that, girl. Good luck. Okay, next story. Escape back together after 18 years. I don't know if that means tour, album, or both, but I guess after seeing the success of New Edition and all the shit that they went through, the biopic coming out and getting such rave reviews, they had a change of heart, namely Candy, and they gonna be trying to get back together. All I can say about that is what I said on my Facebook page. I don't mean no harm. I'm not taking anything away from any of these ladies, but Candy needs to stick to doing most of the writing in the background vocals. They don't need to have her with that goat in her throat all up in the front trying to do no lead. Let Latasha, Tyne, and them handle that. Candy, no. Candy of back in the day, maybe yeah. But Candy of today, hell no. Keep that goat out her throat. That's all I got to say about that. Congratulations. Mm, will y'all be looking for a escape album? Will y'all be buying it? Put it down in the penny. I might would be down with going to see, them in concert, but I don't think that I would be really wanting to go see, go back Escape album. I don't know. We gonna see. We gonna see. Speaking of albums, finally after 2 years, they say June the 5th that you'll be able to get your TLC album. Now y'all know they started their Kickstarter foundation campaign. They needed 100,000. I think they got over 400 and something $1,000, and now that everything is in order, they are about to release their album. Are y'all gonna be checking for that? And I don't think they're gonna have Left Eye in there because I don't think they had any more of Left Eye material to use. So it's really gonna be Chili and T-Balls. Do y'all want to see that? Are y'all looking forward to that? Put that in the pan and let me know. I might will go to a concert, even now. I will go see Escape and I will go see TLC now today. But I don't know if I would necessarily run over there and go buy their albums or nothing like that. But y'all tell me how y'all feel about that down there in the panty sections, if you will. Okay. The Jasmine brand reported that T.I. and Tiny reality show that comes on VH1 will be returning and that it will indeed focus on the marital issues that Tiny and Ti are experiencing right now. I guess they finna try to do this for ratings. I don't think that that's a good idea. I think with in light of everything that went on between the two of them, they need to go into seclusion with their marital issues. Like, either y'all gonna work that out or y'all not gonna work that out. I don't know what's gonna happen. I personally, after all the years that she's been humiliated and suffered dealing with him cheating on her and stuff. If she left, I wouldn't have no problem with it. But I am not the one to tell somebody to leave their husband. So what God put together, a bitch like me ain't finna fuck with. I will say this: I totally understand if she's done and she's ready to move on with the next chapter of her life. Cause let me tell you something. I think that's part of the reason why she wasn't able to want to stay or wasn't too gung ho about escape getting back together. But if y'all watch that big Tigger interview that they did where they announced it, and child, you see, she seemed a whole lot more relaxed and stuff now. So maybe that might be a good thing. Sometimes the thing that we want the most is the very thing that God is trying to take away from you. It's a reason why every time you forgave this man, he turned around and he broke your heart again. Maybe it's time for you to let that go. I'm not saying that she need to. I'm not no authoritative voice on none of this shit because I done been there, done that shit, and I feel free now. Now, I'm not saying that's how she gonna feel, but it sure seemed like a different Tiny, a happier Tiny on that interview when they were discussing getting back together as Escape than she has been, when she was under the realm of T.I. I don't know T.I. I don't know what he do, but I tell you this right here. Something in the buttermilk ain't clean. That's all I had to say about that there. The two accountants that were responsible for the Oscar mishap won't be back next year. They fired their asses, and I figured they would. Barack Obama and Michelle have landed a $60 million book deals. Kudos to y'all. I love to see black love, and I love to see you win, baby. I love to see you win. Now, while Michael Vick was over, I mean Floyd Mayweather was over in L.A. this past weekend celebrating his 40th birthday. Back home in Vegas, his house was being robbed. They say he was robbed of $150,000 worth of valuables. I say inside job. What y'all say? Most of the time when it's a situation like that, it is an inside job. They strategically planned that, and it's somebody from within that was able to do whatever. But we'll wait to hear what the official ruling or the official findings will be at the end of this here. I'll keep up with that because I'm curious about that. Rachel Dolezal say she broke and can't find a job. Okay, well you wanted to be black. Welcome to Black America. I don't know what else to tell you, bitch. Welcome to Black America. Do I think that they should be ostracizing her and not giving her a job? She really ain't do no harm to nobody. She just assumed an identity that was not her own. But I wouldn't say that she should have to suffer by not being able to find her and employment for herself to be able to support her and her children. But like I said, girl, you wanted to be black. Welcome to Black America. How you like it? We been here. Mhm. Karuchi Tran's best friend Jay Ryan has been granted an order of protection from a judge against Chris Brown. He's alleging that Chris Brown threatened to find him and shoot his ass, and do stuff to him. He said that it's stemming from him coming out in defense of Karuchi. If you all remember, Karuchi did put a restraining order on Chris Brown, stating the fact that he has been physically abusing her and as of late has been threatening her. So they both have Chris on a restraining order where he's not to be come within 100 feet of both of them. Y'all, I didn't give y'all my take on Chris Brown and his situation and what I think. The boy trouble. I mean, I I just wish he get some help. Sometimes when you got all that kind of money and shit around you, everybody that's sitting on the front row ain't your motherfucking fan. Those be some of the people that be helping destroy your ass behind the scenes. Everybody smiling in your face saying, "Yeah, I'm going up for you," and they happy for you. Ain't necessarily happy for you because we got this thing, one of the deadly sins, seven deadly sins, envy, and that is what stops a lot of people from being decent people because the love of money is the root of all evil. People will be hating on you when you climb up to a certain level because they don't have it or they feel like you don't deserve it. They will do things within your camp to bring you down. Chris Brown is surrounded by yes men. Nobody is bold enough because they don't want to lose the affiliation or whatever it is that he provides them with. They don't want to lose that. So what they do is they go along with every damn thing he come up with to do, and nobody's taking the time to say, "Hey, this don't make sense. Let me get you the help that you need. Hey, you need help." Ain't nobody telling that boy that. They ran there popping bottles and turning up. They don't give a damn. Um, Let me see what else I got to talk about. Um, Former NFL player Willie Allen sentenced to prison for a $35 million Ponzi scheme. Will is the former quarterback for both the New York Giants and the New England Patriots. He and partner Susan Dobb collected more than $35 million from investors between 2012 and 2015 by claiming the money will be used for high interest loans to professional athletes. They both pled guilty back in November of 2016 and now have been charged with fraud and money laundering, and each received a 6 year sentence with they're gonna do 6 years in prison and 3 years on supervised probation or parole, whichever which apply for them, child. I said, Lord, I'm telling you, the love of money, the root of all damn evil, y'all. I'm telling you, the root of all damn evil. Now, Attorney Jeff Sessions has decided to remove himself from participating in any investigation related to 45's campaign due to a possible conflict of interest. What he did was this. He had some conversations with a Russian ambassador twice last year. Now, during his confirmation hearings in January, he stated that he did not have any dealings with the Russian, and he knew of no dealings that the 45's administration had with any Russians, and it's all been proven to be a lie. Someone has been going around leaking all of the tea, and he got caught up in that, and he had a choice. I think it came down to him either recusing himself or him actually stepping down from his position, and he opted to recuse himself. Let me tell y'all something. I don't really care. I don't care because every day is something new from this administration. Some being not clean in the buttermilk with 45 in his administration, and more drama will come as time goes on. I don't know how much longer this man got, but child, I'm gonna tell you, before people actually start wanting to try to impeach his ass, I know that there are a petition out for that shit right now, but until you start seeing this shit on the news, it ain't probably that big of a deal. It's still, like on the mediocre little level still right now. I don't know if we're gonna be able to take a whole 4 years of this man, because every week he's doing something else, and every week more information is coming out to make you truly believe that them Russians messed with our elections system, and that they probably swayed it in his favor because he's one of them. Hmm. Child, keep believing the hype. All I can tell you is stay woke and keep watching TV, bitch. Stay woke and keep watching TV and have an alternative plan in case some shit pop off for those of y'all who are not resilient like me and my peoples is, to be able to make it through whatever come our way. Good luck to y'all that ain't like that, and don't think that you're gonna have to be like that soon, cause this ain't getting no better with this man. It really is not. I get so tired. Every single week is something new. And you know what? It's not even every single week. It's every couple of days now. Every couple of days. If he's not trying to come for press, trying to tell you that they putting out, you know, false rumors and false truths, these are some of the most reputable sources in media, and you coming for their throat. CNN, the New York Times, and stuff. Man, people not finna put no bullshit out on you that's a lie. They got their reputations to uphold, and I don't think nobody wants their reputation destroyed on a lie behind a reality star turned president. I mean, like for real though. Get on my nerves. And Kelly and girl, go back into seclusion. We was looking for you, then all of a sudden, we see a picture of you when he played them HBCU presidents into coming to their White House, and they sitting there thinking that they finna actually have a conversation to try to get funding for their schooling or whatever. And all he did was switch it from being under one form of government to being under the White House's form of government. Child, I thought that was crazy. But here you go, got Kellyanne Conway. I don't know exactly what her official title is, but she's somebody that speaks on behalf of the White House. And I tell you this, I think that woman was an absolute fool for sitting up there. First, you got your feet up in the Oval Office chair. And then you a woman with a dress on with your leg get wide open with in a room full of a bunch of black men. Girl, what was you trying to do? I know your mama taught you by posture. I don't blame them. I'd read her ass feel too. I really would have. And them folks did. They read her ass for filth for this shit. I just don't know what to say about Kelly Ann, baby. They done turned this relationship that she got with Donald Trump and dealing with his administration, then turned that woman from a fairly decent aging white woman into a damn crib creeper looking bitch in less than a year. That lady went from being eyed and passable to straight up looking like the crib keeper. It's stress, baby. It's stress. Y'all, you ain't got that melanin that don't crack on your ass. You got that. Girl, you got that. Okay? That's what you got. I'll walk away before I let it make me this crazy. Before I get up out of here, I was down there on the Facebook today, and I saw a post of a person stating that this weekend they were having this huge retirement party for Michael Vick, and they're also going to retire his jersey. Okay, now her opinion in that situation was simply she felt like considering because she put his picture up aside of a dog that was mangled. He looked really bad, like he had been in a fight. And her thing was that considering how cruel he was to animals, she don't feel that they should be having this big celebratory retirement party and all of that for him. He don't deserve that. Well, I tend to differ. This is my perspective. First and foremost, before I go any further with this, I think it's a damn shame when people got more concerns about animals who live outside and are conditioned to be outside animals than they are about human beings every day. That right there says a lot about people today. A dog mean more to you than human life. I'm not saying that a dog life don't matter, but I'm not an animal lover, so I don't feel it as deeply as some of you do who do, have animals and y'all love them and shit like that. I get that. I get that. But what I'm saying is you worry more about a dog's life than the life of a human being. And to me, that something's wrong with that to me. Something's wrong with that. My question of today on IG and Facebook was actually that question asking, do you feel that he should not be having this big weekend with all this lavish events and all of this stuff going on? Do you feel that he don't deserve it? A vast majority of you said that you feel like he should, and I do too. Because here's the thing, I don't know the backstory on this real good. I'm going out from memory. So if it's something I leave out, you free to put it down in that panty section. Remember, over here, we agree to disagree. As long as you keep it respectful, I'm going to be respectful to you. This is my opinion on that. If Michael, first of all, I never thought Michael Vick should have went to jail in the first damn place for that, because as information came out, we came to find out that he wasn't even at home at the time of this. He was out on the road, and I also understood that this wasn't him. This was some people, his relatives, okay? But he took the charge. He went to jail because it all happened on his property, okay? Now, that already put a dark cloud over the man's career. He went to prison. He did his time. He's home now. Why can't he go out with a bang? Michael Vick is a human being just like you are. Do you want someone to take one of your faults? Because we all have one. Some of us should have went to jail for some of the shit that we done did. I know fucking well I am. Now, if you can't be honest enough with yourself to look in the mirror and know that, bitch, you should have been in jail for this shit, and you ain't, then that's on you. That's a character flaw within you. But I'm being the person that I am. I'll say this right here. I feel like he went and did the time. He has paid his debt to society, and he should be celebrated. But because at the end of the day, before any of that shit was known, Michael Vick was a bad motherfucker with that ball. Okay, that's how I feel about it. Now, I'm not no big football fanatic. Y'all know I'm a Saints girl. If it ain't going on with the Saints, I probably don't know it and don't know the background. But I'll say this, everybody deserves a second chance in life. He went to jail. He basically lost his career damn near to this situation. Now it is time for him to retire his jersey and hang his jersey up and go on about his damn business and do whatever it is he gonna do on that next stage of his life. Should he go out with a bang? Should he be allowed to have all of this lavish shit y'all talking about he gonna have this weekend, and this party and VIP tickets being, real expensive just to be able to basically sit across maybe 10 feet from him in a club? You damn right he deserved it. I'm not gonna hold nobody's former what they did in the past against them. First of all, we ain't supposed to be judging each other, but we human, so everybody do a little bit of that shit. But to deny this man the final accolade in his career and let him go out with a bang, I think that's insensitive over a damn dog. When you will sit there and dislike me for the color of my motherfucking skin and you don't even know who the fuck I am. You don't know what I can add to your life. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know what my story is. But just because I'm a dark skinned woman, you ain't gonna have no conversation with me and you already got a pre existing idea who the fuck I am just based on the color of my skin. No, I know I'm using them as two. That's an analogy, bitch. That's an analogy. Don't get all in your feelings. I'm just saying, people is killing me talking about he don't deserve it. If you feel like he don't deserve it, then you don't deserve to be forgiven for any of your former sins that you have created, the ones that you have acknowledged and the ones that you got hid. Because we all got some shit about us we ain't gonna tell no damn body. It will be a horrible thing is in the afterlife if in fact it goes the way that we all have been told that it's gonna go. When you stand before judgment and God hold against you something you did in your life and that keeps you from getting on to the other side to glory, that's gonna make you feel some kind of way. So why do we do that to each other? It's somebody that everybody has done something in their life. I don't understand why we still sitting here trying to hold Michael Vick accountable for something he's already taken responsibility for and paid his debt to society. I say, Michael, congratulations on however long you was on in the NFL. Congratulations on all of your accomplishments. If I could, I would carry my ass to Atlanta and pay for that VIP. If I couldn't do nothing but sit across the room 10 feet away from that motherfucker and wave my motherfucking hand, I would do that. You enjoy that. At the end of the day, you made a mistake and you had to pay for that mistake and you have done that. Now it's time for people to let go, let God, and let you live your life. And I wish you nothing but success going forward. I am a tiny guppy in a sea of fucking sharks, honey. And you may never see my video, but if and by some happenstance this bitch does get to you, please know that this woman down in Louisiana congratulates you. I salute you, brother. And I ain't looking at your past because you won't stay there no more. I'm looking at what you're doing now and going forward. And that's all I have to say about that. And thank you to everybody that participated in the question of the day. I appreciate that. I like when I come down and drop a question. Y'all talk back to me. I appreciate all of that. For those of you who were not a part of that and would like to put your opinion down in the panel section, feel free to do so. But like I said, please remember two things about me over here. Over here, we agree to disagree. And over here, we do not, whatever the fuck you give me, I'm going to give it back to you. If you come at me straight, I'm going to come at you straight. And before I bounce up out of here, let me just say this also. I have what you call a motherfucking life, okay? That life is so fulfilled and I'm happy in it. I don't get to do the supporting that I used to could do down here on YouTube. I don't be online and see the videos on time. It's only a select few people that I actually catch everything that they upload as soon as they upload it and they know who they are. However, I do support still everybody that I'm subscribed to and new people. If you got a channel and you want me to check your channel out, I don't have no problem with it. If you don't see me within a week or two on there, charge it to my motherfucking head and not my heart and come back and holler at me and say, hey, Miss Nicki, did you get a chance to check my channel out? And I'll go do that because YouTube is a big ass arena. We all can survive up in this bitch. Everybody can eat, baby. I ain't no better than you. You ain't no better than me. I'm a basic bitch just doing above basic things, huh? And sometimes, baby, I'm not here because I have an illness that sometimes prohibit my mobility and I can't come down here. But let me tell you something. The day that I am no longer on YouTube, I will make that announcement on YouTube. I will let y'all know. If you see me gone for a little while, I don't mean I'm gone. It just means I may be going through some or else another opportunity that I have gotten as by way of this YouTube channel. I am working on that at that time. But most of the time, it's related to my illness, and that's why I may not be here. Lastly, let me tell you, something about me. I love people. I'm a people person. That's the reason why in 2 years my channel has been successful, even though it took a hit. I shook back and I'm okay today. I get what I get out of this YouTube thing and I'm satisfied and fulfilled with it. I don't have a problem with you. Who you is and who you see with don't make me shit. If I come to your channel and I watch a video on your channel and I make a comment, say something along the line of you made valid points. Don't mean I agree with everything that you said in your video. It just means that you made some fucking valid points. Now, I said all that to say, I had this person who, as far as I know, don't even watch my channel no more. But you know, like I said last a couple of days ago, it's a lot of people claim like they don't watch the Queen, but they do. And I say queen because any bitch that can get on here and cause as much motherfucking conversation as I have in 1 year, bitch, either I'm working with some or else I'm just one hell of a motherfucker. Either way it go, it puts me in a different class. And you know, whether it's negative or positive, bitch, my name was on your tongue. But my thing is this right here. I have shared with y'all in video, on several videos, about how I feel about the LGBT community. Hell, one of my biggest supporters, or at least whom I thought supported me, is a member of that community. I have many of my love things that are a part of that community. I have a daughter who is a part of that community. Don't mean that because if someone says something about the LGBT community and there's something negative and they feel like that's how they feel, and I don't see why it's a problem for them to feel that way, I may say I agree. But then again, you may say something about the LGBT community and talk about some other shit in your video, and I don't say I come and I don't break it up and tell you what I agree with. I'll just say you made some valid points. Good video. Don't try to come for my damn throat down there in them damn comments because I said that. Because you don't know what part of the video I like. It's one thing I'm not going to do is justify how I feel about gays, baby. Because I have told y'all the story. I have shown y'all the girl. I have shared my life like that very openly. And if you don't know by now that Nika love everybody, especially the gays, then you don't really know me. So, Mr. Horn, going forward, fuck you, okay? Fuck you. I don't care what you think about me. And you right. I see you talk that shit on somebody else's channel because you sure ain't carrying that shit down here to mine. Let me tell you something. Don't get to thinking because Nika last year didn't say nothing bad that she's no pussy punk or failure. Nika don't respond to people when she feel like she don't need to respond to people. Sometimes you do best by being silent, and that's what I opted to do. I said what I had to say about the situation, and I moved on. That don't make me no punk, cause bitch, one thing about me, I'm not scared to say nothing. I'm not scared to put my name or my fingerprint nowhere. I'm too motherfucking old to be fucking scared. Bitch, I don't care nothing about that. And don't y'all get down there comment talking about don't let nobody upset you because I'm not upset about this. It's just sometimes you got to get a bitch together. And I need every motherfucker that don't know to know that Lady Nika ain't scared. She just trying to live her life and do her independent of the bullshit. And that's how I feel about it. But don't never think that I'm something to play with. Because, bitch, I will reach your ass for filth on social media. And don't think that I'm some bitch that you want to walk up on because I stay packing and I don't mind. Don't let this cough and these lips fool you. Because that don't mean shit, baby. That don't mean a damn thing. And don't let this illness fool you because, bitch, I control it. It don't control me. This cold got me, not this lupus, okay? Get, don't do it. Don't do it. I hate when I have to come down here and say certain things, but sometimes I let a lot of stuff slide. Y'all be surprised at what I let slide. But it come a time where everybody needs to be aware that you need to have some respect for people. And your personal opinion of me calling me fat bitch, not fat, fluffy. No, get that shit together. Now, if I was fat bitch, I say I'm fat bitch. I'm a fluffy bitch. I done told you that. And my fat face ass ain't suffered no losses on my dating since my ass got fluffy. My teeth don't make me nobody, but a individual who men are attracted to. Eh, You shouldn't even be looking at me like that, cause from where you were talking, you're a member of the community. So why would I even be somebody you look at? My aesthetics don't make me a real bitch. It's how I control and deal with situations as they come to me that make me a real bitch, okay? He killed me, y'all. Keyboard gangsters be on these YouTube videos and all up on our social media talking crazy to us. And then you think that we supposed to not say nothing. We supposed to rise above. Bullshit, bitch. It come a time where you got to stand up for yourself. And I'm tired of it being the idea that Nika is scary. I ain't scary. Bitch, you can talk shit all day, but talk that shit in my face. I bet half the people that said stuff about me would not say it in my face if they were close to me. Cause child, I retro. Okay, it's time for me to end it. The depth of my struggle will be the will determine the height of my success. In order to get something, you gotta go through something. Please stay encouraged. Next week, as I stated, I will be back with um my reviews and things like that. Thank you all to the new people that I have gotten, and I ain't even been on YouTube in 2 weeks really. Thank y'all for coming through. We don't always have this little part that I gave y'all just a few minutes ago, but every now and again I gotta stop, pause, and let a bitch know where I stand. So that's all that was. Pay it no mind, baby. Pay it dust. Pay it dust. It's all right. For the fuckers that it was for, they got it because they show watching this video. But next week we start back up with the reviews. Thank you all for being concerned. Once again, thank you to Mocha for giving me that wonderful recipe. I'm gonna do that all weekend. Hopefully next week y'all won't hear the stuffiness and congestion that you're hearing right now. I hope you all have a great weekend. Be good to each other. Take care of yourselves and do something productive. If you can't help a bitch, don't bring a hoe down. That's all I'm saying, and keep me in your prayers and bear with a bitch because I'm going through it with this here all around here area chat, just going through it. But this too shall pass. Y'all have a good weekend. Peace.